Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's in this video we'll be discussing about the most important writers of the modern age and how modern age started and what is the time period, what are the important novelists, poets and writers and the famous quotes. We'll be dealing with all. So let's get started. So what is the first, I'll give you the overview of the modern age. Okay. What is the time period? The time period stays from 1890 to 1950s. So whatever work comes in this time period, it will be considered as a modern age work. Then what are the key themes? What you need to focus on? The very first thing you need to focus on are the key themes. I always say. So in the modern age, the key themes are the alienation, war, industrialization and disillusionment. What does that mean? Alienation means the distance between the people feel alienated, no one to talk about. War is happening, everything was around the bombs, around the nuclear bombs, around the things which are disconnecting the human tendency. Then disillusionment, industrialization, companies taking up all the places. So you can see all the themes in the modern age writer workers, right? Then what are the literary movements taken place? So in literary movement, when you talk about, it was modernism. People were talking about the modern themes, the modern lifestyle of the people. Then imagism, what the people imagining, what are the things which they can think of. Then stream of consciousness, it is a big technique you can say which arises in the Virginia Woolf's work. You can see when we'll discuss all the works. So yes, and this is the overview and this is how you have to read each and every age. Okay. Now we'll be talking about major modernist novelists, right? The very first novelist is James Joyce. His work Ulysses, it is written in a stream of consciousness and the work has begun all the interior monologue, and when you will read this work, it is literally a fantastic work. You should read this work, note down the key themes, how it has been written, right? Then Virginia Woolf, Mrs. Dalloway to the Lighthouse. It has been written in the stream of consciousness technique and a lot of feministic tone you can see in this work. Then D.H. Lawrence, Sons and Lovers, Women in Love. You should read the Son and Lovers. I read in my masters and this was one of the best of D.H. Lawrence, you can say. And in this, you can explore the human psyche, the sexuality, and the themes how a mother and a son has been a relation developed, and then that man Paul Morale could not focus on his love relations. So it's a very beautifully woven. You can read this. Then E.M. Forster, A Passage to India, and you can see in this only connect theme has shown, and it is a very fantastic Indian, when you Indian themes you can see in that. Then we move to Joseph Conrad, Heart of Darkness. You can see imperialism connect and the colonial power you can see in this. So these are the top 5 major modernist novelist work, and you cannot miss this works and their techniques and the imaginary literary movements associated with them. You have to read their works, you have to read their themes, and you should remember their names of work: James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, D.H. Lawrence, E.M. Forster, and Joseph Conrad. Now we'll be talking about major modernist poets. Now, as I said, war was going on, right? So there was a World War II going on, and everything was at its, worst. Like t.s.eliot, W.B.H. started writing on the war poets, and that's why they are also called that. W.B.H., Wilfred Woven are called war poets. They talk about the war, the horror of the war, the shock, they were shell shocked. What were the horrors? So we'll be talking about major modernist poets. We'll start with T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, the love song of the J. Alfred Prufrock, and in this all about talking about the fragmentation, how people are distorting, the disillusionment, people are not talking, and these are the things which are at, you can see the themes of modern age, and that's why I always say focus on the themes, focus on the key figures, focus on the age, until unless you're not connecting with the themes, the background, a little bit of historical context, then it becomes easy to read the modernist poets and their works, it get connected. So always whenever you are starting any age, start with their themes, their historical background, and it will help you a lot. So WBH, The Second Coming, Easter 1916. So in this you will be The Second Coming is a very famous work of WBH, and it's one of the best poem. This is also I covered in my graduation, and it was best. I just learned the whole poem of it, and I've written in my graduation examination when that comes, no, paraphrasing and writing the appreciation of that poem. And it was, so deep meaning it has. So once if you read that poem, it will get connected and you will be able to understand that thing. Then Ezra Pound, Imagist movement that started, and the cantos is very beautiful woven, and you can read, you cannot miss this poet. Then Wilfred Owen, Duelist at Eucharum East, war poetry. It is all about, written about the war poets. I have already considered it that. Then Wallace Stevens, Sunday Morning, Imagination versus Reality. It has talked about the imagination versus reality of the 20th century and how it started. Now, we'll be talking about the global modernist writers. Franz Kafka, the metamorphosis and how it started, absurdity. You must have it reminds me the ads or the advertisement of that 5-star. If you're not doing anything, still you are doing everything. So it is like life has no meaning in it, but still it holds some meaning. That's called absurdity. The best example of absurdity is Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett, right? Yes, see. Then Marcel Proust, In Search of Lost Time, it talks about memory and how it is covered. Then Samuel Beckett, Waiting for Godot, it talks about the absurd theater, how it works. Then there is no meaning, there is no existence, but still we are there and it has meaning to it. Then Ernest Hemingway, Minimalist Prose, The Old Man and the Sea. William Faulkner, then again Stream of Consciousness, The Sound and the Fury. And you will not believe these have been repeated multiple times, and I always say that in UGC NET, questions don't repeat, but patterns do repeat. I will always say please focus on PYQ, because that is the only thing which will help you in your examination. Then if we talk about these all things, what I will say, when you have read and you have completed these all things, kindly mention the works which have been repeated more than 5 times or 6 times, and learn in a chronological way. This is the only way you can deal with it, right? Then UGC NET revision tips, I'll always say match authors with their works. It has come. Identify literary technique, that is imagism, stream of consciousness, what are the movements, how you can clarify it. Then note key publication years. This is not to tell you that yes, years are very important, dates are very important if you're learning it in a chronological way or anyway. See, there is no shortcut for learning. There is no shortcut for hard work. Whoever has cracked JRF, they have other dedication to the next level. They did not skip things. They did a lot of hard work. They studied, they read all the chronological areas, they just read it thousands of times, and that's why they have cracked JRF. There's a huge difference between the one who has qualified the UGC NET and JRF, and that is why only 6% of clears the examination, right? So that is why I will say please don't skip. Start your preparation in a right way, and that will help you a lot. So yes, this is the best thing. And yes, for Ulysses 1922, for Ulysses and the Wasteland, remember the date and year, and you have to revise it. No shortcuts are there, no mnemonics are there, no easy way, no shortcut, no tricks, nothing will work until unless you are not reading it. Then practice MCQ on quotes, movements and style, as I always mention. Now famous quotes and modern age writer, this always come, and so many, these are the famous one, you should be knowing it, right? Being a literature student, you should be knowing it. Things fall apart and the center cannot hold, because the falconer cannot hear the falcon. See, still I remember the poem. It feels so, overwhelmed when you read, and when you remember the thing, it feels so good. Things Fall Apart and the Center Cannot Hold. It is written by W.B. Yeats. April is the Cruelest Month. It is from The Wasteland, t.s.eliot. He was, and that was Things Fall Apart was from the Second Coming. Okay, he was alone, he was unheeded, happy, and near to the wild heart of life. This is from James Joyce. The world breaks everyone, and afterwards some are strong at the broken place. That is from Ernest Hemingway. Now quick quiz, like 4 questions are there. Tell me in the comment section, or I'll tell you later on. Who wrote The Wasteland? Very easy. Which technique is used in Ulysses by James Joyce? Very easy. Who is known for the quote, "Things fall apart and the center cannot hold"? Name the author of The Heart of Darkness. So if you know, comment your answers in comment section. So here is the answer. Who wrote Wasteland? That is T.S. Eliot. Stream of consciousness technique is used in Ulysses by James Joyce. Things Fall Apart and the Center Cannot Hold. That is from The Second Coming and written by W.B. Yeats. And Heart of Darkness is written by Joseph Conrad. So yes, this is it. If you have covered these writers and their works in modern period, it is more than enough to get a clear idea of the theme, of the background and the themes and the literary figures and the techniques used by them. So yes, if you are doing this much, you get a hold on modern writers, novelists and poets. So yes, this is it for today. And if you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe and follow for more such content. And I'm also thinking for UGC NET series like paper 1, like complete your paper 1 in 7-day series, and I'll be telling you day 1 what you can read, day 2 what you can read in the important points and pointers, and then you can manage in your own time. And if you want this video, please kindly comment that yes, we want that paper 1 daily series day 1 wise. And yes, if you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe, and thank you for all your valuable comments and suggestions.